Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Western figures, including US President Joe Biden, have condemned reports that Myanmar's armed forces opened fire at a funeral near Yangon.
It's terrible. It's absolutely outrageous. And based on the reporting I've gotten, an awful lot of people have been killed.
The country had gathered to mourn at least 114 people killed in the bloodiest crackdown on protests since the coup began. More than 400 people have now been killed in the suppression of protests in Myanmar since February. Footage shows a violent crackdown in several parts of the Kachin state by the Myanmar security forces as police, both in uniforms and plain clothes, opened fire on protesters. Neighbouring Thailand is now preparing for a potential flood of refugees from Myanmar. Egypt's SUEZ Canal Authority has said that the Evergreen container ship has been partially refloated and turned in the right direction. The huge container ship that had been wedged across the Suez Canal for almost a week has been freed from the shoreline. The Ever Given has been blocking one of the world's busiest trade routes, forcing companies to reroute ships and causing long tailbacks of hundreds of vessels. A Paris court has found that French drug maker Laboratoire Servier guilty of aggravated fraud and involuntary manslaughter over a weight loss pill. The drug, called Mediator, was developed for use in overweight diabetics and was on the market for 33 years. It was withdrawn in 2009 over concerns it could cause serious heart problems. It is believed that hundreds of people have died as a result of the drug. It's considered one of France's worst ever health scandals. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has reshuffled his cabinet following a series of allegations about the mistreatment of female lawmakers and staff.
These changes will shake up what needs to be shaken up.
Christian Porter was sacked as Attorney General and Linda Reynolds lost her job as Defence Minister after weeks of mounting public pressure over scandals. Mr Porter has been the subject of a historical rape allegation, which he strongly denies. Ms Reynolds has been heavily criticised for her handling of an allegation of rape by a member of her staff 2 years ago. North Korea has accused the UN Security Council of double standards as its sanctions committee criticised the country's recent missile test as a violation of UN resolutions. The country launched a new short-range ballistic missile last week, prompting the US to request a gathering of the UN Security Council calling for more sanctions on Pyongyang. A top North Korean official said that the UN meeting was designed to negate the right of our state to self-defense. The Sudanese government and a major rebel group from its southern Nuba Mountains have signed a declaration of principles that calls for freedom of religion and cultural identity. The document paves the way for a final peace agreement by guaranteeing freedom of worship to all while separating religion and the state. The signing is viewed as a crucial step by the government to end decades of conflict with a wide range of rebel factions. The signed agreement states that no religion shall be imposed on anyone, and the state shall not adopt any official religion. A massive fire has engulfed one of the largest oil refineries in Indonesia. Incredible footage filmed by people nearby show the size and ferocity of the fire at the Balongan refinery, run by state oil firm Pertamina. At least 5 people have been injured and around 950 evacuated to safety. The company said in a statement that the cause of the fire is still unknown. Thousands of people in Germany have watched online as 420 kilos of explosives were used to demolish a huge power station. Once a profitable producer of traction current, the 37-hectare plant is being cleared to make room for new companies. 3 main structures of the old plant were brought down, but the full operation will probably last until the end of the year. And finally, the animals in South Africa's Balul Nature Reserve have a new ally in the battle to keep them safe from poachers: virtual rangers. The reserve has teamed up with handset manufacturer Samsung to supplement camera phones mounted in protective cases that stream images of animals' activities to thousands of virtual rangers worldwide. Over 55,000 people have become virtual rangers since the project went live. Viewers can signal the possibility of poachers and alert rangers to trapped animals needing rescue. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.